A new album, change of direction a little bit. Can you kind of explain, I guess, the thinking behind mixing things up a bit, or?
Uh, yeah. It's funny when you put out a new record and you get the feedback. Oh, it's quite different. I I don't think it's as different as the last one was to the first. If that makes any sense, you know what I mean? Like I feel like it splits the diff between the first and the second, but obviously some people don't don't hear that. So I don't really know. I guess song wise, we just want to get in there this time and just give the songs the best chance we could give them, you know what I mean? And just spend the time. So we've never been one of those bands that sort of does a billion demos and then whittles it down. We do kind of, I think there's 12 on this one. And I think we wrote sort of 14.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? So we just workshopped the bejesus out of those songs. So yeah, I don't think we really had any sort of specific kind of picture in mind in terms of how we wanted them to sound. They just...
Is it more about the way it feels when you kind of, I mean, obviously you play them a lot, you know, that like they're all super tight. So is it kind of what just comes out of that process of getting the songs tight?
Yeah, I suppose it's really, I'm a big believer in giving the song the time it needs to tell you what it needs. Do you know what I mean? So I love, so the songs go through quite a bit of a workshopping process. I'm a big REM fan, and I've been deep in an REM hole again. I just watched the DVD that came out about a documentary about MTV and REM, and Everybody Hurts, which obviously is a classic song, I think was originally written by the drummer, which in itself is crazy. But sorry to any drummers out there. But it was a country song, you know what I mean? And they sort of workshopped that song, stretched it, pushed it, pulled it. And that's kind of what we do, is speed it up, slow it down, put bits in, take bits out until, until it sort of fits the mold that you like. You just know, you have that feeling, that's it, that's working now, you know? And then you just, the more you play it, the more it kind of just settles into that mold, you know.
And it tells you what it's meant to be.
And it tells you what it's meant to be, yeah.
And do you find like that songs themselves and songs, I guess a traditional sense, are becoming more important to you as you get on?
Oh, very much so. I think at the end of the day, we were always, the nature of how the Snowdroppers started, I guess, is a little bit interesting. So at the end of the day, let me put it this way. We had a mantra when writing, or Paulie and I did. You know those bands you see when you're in high school, kids would wear them, like Christians would wear them. It said WWJD.
Yeah.
What would Jesus do? You know, you see that? I don't know if they're still around. I don't know if that's a thing anymore. It's probably, if it is, that's still just as lame as it was when I saw it the first time. But what are we knocking over? Drummers, Christians. But we had a mantra. We came up with WWBJD, which is what would Billy Joel do? So if you ever came to a junction in the songwriting process, we simply fired up a bit of BJ and just kind of got us out of a trap. So yes.
Classic Billy Joel, or like We Didn't Start the Fire Billy Joel?
I'm a huge fan. I think my favorite album would have to be The Stranger. Yeah. I think my favorite song would have to be Only the Good Die Young if I'm pressed. So yeah, kind of classic. I mean, he's just a monster songwriter. But yeah, so yes, I guess at the end of the day, it's a long way of answering this question, but we've always just been classic pop fans that just happen to wear some different suits at some different points in time. But definitely, man, as you get older, it's just give us a chorus, don't bore us.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I want now. I'm kind of like, yeah. I saw this article the other day. Pop music, man, is changed. I like a big hooky chorus. Now, apparently, I read this great article. It's about how pop music now is written by about 4 Norwegian men in their 40s. You've probably seen this. There's a book out about it now, and the death of the MP3 and streaming service or whatever. But now you've got to have a hook every 7 seconds. Because 7 seconds is how long it takes someone to kind of go and then change a radio station.
That makes me
now
feel
we struggle getting a chorus together. You know what I mean? a hook every 7 seconds. So yeah, we got that to look forward to, mate. We're going to crack those FM airwaves.
Exactly. And are you looking forward? How are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to getting out on the road? You've kind of been punishing yourselves in the lead up to the album, let alone.
Yeah, we kind of we've been off the road for a little while. So yeah, you get older, don't you? You know what I'm talking about. So it's the classic sort of 23 hours of sort of rigmarole for the 1 hour of sort of freedom you get to sort of spend on stage. So if anything, the excitement of playing live is heightened. I love it just as much now as I ever did. You know what I mean? But yeah, riding in vans with boys does wear after a while. That's an incredibly honest answer. You know what I mean? Because a lot of bands would sit here and just go, "Man, we love it, man. It's just what we're born to do." Man, no,
Who's got the most annoying tour habit in the band?
Fantastic. Great. We can get into this. Look, I'm perfect, really. I'm a perfect travel companion. I don't whinge. I don't need to stop to go for a wee all the time. I think everyone's pretty good. I mean, flatulence is a big thing in our band, as it is, I think, in any band. And it can be the glue that holds a band together, or it can also be the straw that breaks the camel's back, as it were.
Should it ever be glossed over? Or do you think it needs to be attributed to someone?
Oh, okay, right. No, it is. Ownership is always taken in our band. Yes, which is good. You know, I think more of it. But yeah, but no one's got any really, really bad habits, I don't think.